you know, who was here the last time, last year? Okay, not as many. If you look in your little binder, there's a page that's a test for personality. Last year I trained on this, so I'm not going to go into like massive detail on the specifics. So I put my notes from that training last year in the binder. 19, thank you. Got this little peanut gallery down here. So for you guys who've never, ever, ever, ever heard of personality training or never, ever, ever heard of DISC, all my notes are in there. It's very simple. Those of you who don't know me, I'm very simple, bullet point. I'm not a fluff at all. But you'll have all that in there. Okay? What I'm going to be focused on today is how to use that DISC training in your recruiting. Because a lot of times, you know, you're at a vendor event or you're sitting at a party, you don't have time to sit down and have a 45-minute conversation with someone and get to know them, to kind of know what you're doing, okay? So I'm going to kind of break my part into two. One, how you handle this at a party, and then two, how you would handle it in more of a interview format, okay? At a party, everyone knows you plant recruiting seeds, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, a lot of times what I found when I was new, I planted the recruiting seeds that got me excited. I was all career path, bullet point, money, you know, like, show me the bottom line, woohoo, and that was got me excited. But what I realized was I was missing these three other personality styles. Because if someone is of the personality style where they're more detailed, they need more specifics, I was totally going over their head because I didn't hit any of that. Because, you know, what's my quote? Details make me? Which? Details make me switch. Well, I married my husband. He's a detail guy. So what I started doing was making sure that each of the 4 personality styles, that I had 2 or 3 seeds for booking and recruiting planted throughout my spiel, okay? Because that way you're hitting all of the people. Now, if you already know some of the people at the party and you know they fall in one of those, the D, the I, the S, or the C, you can kind of pull them out. And just to give a really quick overview, because again, I'm not going to go into detail like last year. The D, very money. They want career path. They want bottom line. They're very, don't tell them your entire life story from birth on. They will get up and leave. The I is all the fun. Okay? Teresa is definitely an I. She is the fun, the recognition, the friendships, the social. Okay? They're your little social butterfly. The S is the very security-minded, very family-oriented. I'm not saying you can't be family-oriented in another style. I'm just saying they're very security-minded. They're looking for the schedule, the flexibility, the things that are going to help them be who they need to be. And the C are very detailed. They need the facts. They're very analytical. When she said that she loved all the paperwork, you're probably falling in that C category. She likes all the paperwork. She likes knowing all the stuff. She likes the details. TOT is a C's mecca. Like, that's their heaven. And all my girls that want the details, I love being able to say, you know what? You can find all of that on TOT. Then I don't have to sit there and train them piece by piece by piece by piece and start twitching. It's really rude to start drinking wine at like 10:30 in the morning after a call. You kind of need to push it through the day. So any of my, people that push your call later in the day, you may be that C person that I need to go ahead and do a drink. True story, I do a consultant on my team that John walks in and sits the wine on my desk when I'm doing a wine. Too funny. Anyway, it's not.
I was wondering. I was like, so we have morning calls. I'm good.
We do. Michelle, I do morning calls, so she knows what to say. So that's kind of a little overview. So at my parties, for the D, I can say something about the fact that I love being able to be in leadership. I love the fact that I'm able to make the choices that I make based on what God wants me to do and not my paycheck because of the money that I've been able to make. I'm going to hit those little seeds. For the I, I'm going to talk about how we have the conferences and it's so much fun and you wouldn't believe what grown women will wear and how, I'm going to talk about that kind of thing, the friendships that I've made. For the S, I'm going to talk about the fact that I make my schedule around my family, that my business works like I want to for my family, that I'm still able to be football mom, that I'm still able to be at chorus events, that I'm still able to do what I need to do for my family. I'm able to schedule it around it. And for the C's, I'm going to talk talk about TOT, because there's really not a single thing in me to see. But I'm going to tell them I love the fact that if I need information, there's a go-to place. Simple, it's fun, easy, it's fun. So you're just going to hit those little things. If you've got people you can tell stories about that kind of fit in each of those categories, especially if you're newer or not confident in your own story, pick Trisha. Pick, Teresa. I always want to call her Kizzy. Pick your leader. Pick someone else. I always told my new girls, tell my story until you have your own. And then when you have your own story, throw me out the window, girl. Go run with it. Tell your own story, because that's always going to be more powerful. So at a party, that's kind of how you want to do. Does that make sense? Yeah. You want to put those seeds down. And one thing I found helpful, especially for UC people, is kind of write down those points. Like, in my head, I would go, okay, D, I need to make sure I say these things. I, you know what I'm saying? Interview, extremely simple. And when I say interview, I'm not talking like you're sitting there in a three-piece suit. You're out for coffee, you're in your closing, whatever that you're kind of starting that relationship with your potentials. All you say, ready? All your time. Forward. Tell me about yourself. And then shut up. How many of you always want to help them tell about themselves? More of you better be raising your hand, because I know several. Okay. So, tell me about yourself, and then zip it. Even for the long pauses that make me nervous, because I just want them to fill in the blank. Okay? The D's are going to give you the bullet points. Well, I work blah, 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 I'm married to blah, 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 I have kids, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be bullet points. Okay? What this 4 words helps is it helps you pinpoint really quick what kind of personality they are. You may be wrong, but it's going to give you a general idea. And you knowing, let me see your thing. Well, not going to fall off the stage, I promise. Carrie earlier would laugh at me if I fall off stage. Know this. Read over it. Memorize it. This has been the biggest help for me as a leader that I've ever done. Personality. And I've also gone on to research more specific personality things that are a little more detailed, but this was probably the best thing I was ever told as a new leader, because it helped me kind of pinpoint. Doesn't make you want to judge or put in a pocket, but it does help. So tell me about yourself. We told about to the D. The I, make sure you have a time frame, because they're not going to shut up. They're going to tell you about everything, how they were a cheerleader in high school, and how they just love this, and they're in junior league, and they're just blah, 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 blah. And you're going to be like, okay, the coffee's cold, and they're bringing out dinner. Let's go. They're going to be, it's all going to be about the friendships and her social life, and it's all going to be stories, okay? Now the S, she may be that long pause, because she's thinking in her head, I wonder what she wants to know. I wonder what she wants. Do you think she really wants to know about me? You know what I'm saying? There's going to be that pause. She's going to tell you a lot about her family. It'll be very little about herself, because she's very others focused usually, okay? Maybe a little lack of confidence. That's a weakness. That's not with everybody, but you'll notice on their strengths and weaknesses. I know some of us feel our personality styles don't have weaknesses, but we do. Just a smidge. Others, I can see, have many weaknesses in my mind. I picked on the C's the last one, too. I always do. My husband's an SC, okay? While we got together, we make the perfect disc. The C, 99% of the time, a person is answered this way for me. What do you want to know? They need more specifics. That whole tell me about yourself and you stop makes them twitch. Because they're like, well, there's 8,000 things I can tell her. Well, how am I going to know what I'm going to tell her about? I need to tell her about. They're thinking like everything. They're very analytical. So be ready when they say that. Kind of giggle to yourself and go, oh, I've already pegged you. We really don't need to talk anymore. Okay? Once you kind of have that guesstimate, and some people are everything. Some people are even keeled. They're all across the board. That's okay. You can tell them a little bit about both. So here's a question, and this is why I started studying this, and this is why I started doing my interviews this way. How many of you, when you think they're interested in 31, go off on a tangent and just vomit 31 on them? Used to, you still do. Yeah. Don't be ashamed.
Yes, yes, sir.
That's why you need this. This helps you limit, and it helps you not freak out the people who are not that kind of people. Okay? Okay. I used to do that all the time. I'd be so excited and I would tell them absolutely everything. And you would just watch this glazed look come over their eyes. I didn't understand. That's why I do this. So if they're a D, I'm going to hit the key points that a D is going to want to know, and that's in your notes. But, you know, whichever one it is, I'm going to hit those key points. It's going to help you focus on them. Because recruiting is not about us. Recruiting is about them. It's about growing that relationship with them. It's about growing their knowledge of 31. It's about sharing your passion and your excitement, but in kind of a little tamed down way. So, for the D's and the I's, y'all have to laugh. Carrie had like a whole binder thing. There's my note, right there. That's it. That's all of it. And I did it like in about 15 minutes because I could train this in my sleep. The D's and the I's are usually quick decision makers. They are your ones. Once they make the decision to do it, they're doing it. Get out of the way, move, where is it on TOT, how do I sign up? The S and the C's, girl, you better be the master's degree in layering. Layer, layer, layer. Let them ponder, let them think, let them take it back to their husbands, let them think, let them ponder. Layer, layer, layer. About a year later, layer some more, layer some more, layer some more. Then they're going to sign. I have honestly had girls that's been 12 to 18 months. You're like, please, Lord, make a decision. They're some of my best consultants. Because once they buy in, they're bought in. And they're the mamas of your group. They're the ones that are going to take care of the meetings. They're making sure everyone's taken care of. They're making sure everyone's got all their notes. They're texting you and saying, you forgot to dot that I and cross that T. Like, how do that? They are bought in, okay? So they're some of the best consultants you're going to have. It just may take you 1.5 million years to get them on your team. And Lord forbid you try to get them to a director, because then they got to ponder all that. Bless their hearts. But I'm loving it because I'm looking at all of y'all, and all of y'all are like looking at each other and pointing at each other, and like some of you don't want to turn around because you're afraid someone's pointing and looking at you. But it's okay. So that is the basics, and I know that it's kind of quick. Try not to be too bullet pointed. But you've got the notes in there. You can even Google DISC, and there is a ton of free training on it. You can go to some of the deeper ones. Don't get all complicated. UCs, you don't need a master's degree in this. Basic knowledge. Basic knowledge that'll help you as a leader. Okay? Now, when you're doing the layering, and when you're talking to any of them, what's the biggest thing you come up against? Objections. That's what I was going to say. I know it was. I knew it. Right there. You were right. Objections. How irritating that they don't just take us at our word and sign up. They should not doubt us. Objections. So we have the amazing Laura and Vanessa, and they're going to teach you how to argue with your potential recruit. Right?